Namaste, hi, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I don't want to say good night because I wish to do that at the end because we're just beginning the session. And welcome to DinoinOasis, or the Mira's Oasis, in the podcast Kaapi and Conversations. I know so many people wrote to me asking me, like, Mira, can you say coffee for a second? I said I would do that, but not in my show because I love to say coffee as Kaapi. There's a soulful connect, I feel. As a child, I used to ask my mother, Amma, Kaapi. And she used to bring Kaapi for me. And the same thing is continuing even now. My daughter is like, Amma, can you give me Kaapi? So this Kaapi has been traveling generation after generation, just not with us, with many people. And it is definitely, I would say, a conversation builder or something which would even give us conversation in the silence also. So without taking much of your time, yes, I would like to talk about the guest that we have for today in the show. About him, I've been following his work. Well, he doesn't know about this. So I love following people's work just to understand the kind of an excellences and a unique property that they have been setting for themselves, be it in any space. And it's very beautifully, we would talk about red ocean or blue ocean concepts. And we would even talk about niche, micro niche. And I think I'm sure we will go further down to break that micro niche into several niche areas also, because that's the era we are living in. But whatever is the thing, a change is a constant. It is easy said and then done. Knowing this person, I would say this person, reason being, I want to tell the name as I end and invite him to the show, though he is in front of us. He has had a travel like many of us, sometimes wondering, do I start or do I pause? What do I do? What should I do? These are the same questions, but he never just was breathing in only in those questions. He just thought what we can do next. And that definitely sets an example. More than that, I look at it as an excellence. So welcome, Sudharsanan. It's very nice to have you here. To the viewers, we have Sudharsanan Ganapathy. Hi, Sudharsanan.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you for inviting me to this show.
It's my pleasure. And our
I'm happy
audience
to be
would
here.
we love to have you here. And I know for a fact that you're running currently in terms of an initiative or an organization for that matter. Can you help us know about the initiative or the organization that you're running?
Right. So I run a personal branding agency that is specialized in LinkedIn called The Social Company. We help people become brands. We help people establish their authority in their niche on LinkedIn. So that's what we do. So we handle LinkedIn profiles. We help people establish their authority because people these days want to put a face to a brand. We help founders do it. We help founders become the face of the brand on LinkedIn.
That says it all. And yes, to the viewers, is something that I wanted to add in the beginning. Going further, the Kaapi and the Conversation Connect will be bilingual. It could be English and Tamil. It could be English and Hindi. It could be English and Kannada. Might be few languages if I can pick it up, nothing like it. So, Sudarshan, we would love to have it both in English and Tamil. You
Perfect.
just mentioned beautifully to set that brand. பிராண்ட்ன்றது ஒன்று வந்து அங்கீகாரம். We look for that identity, right? We look for identity. எந்த வேலை எடுத்தாலுமே we need an identity in what we do. Something that we keep finding outside of us. And what you're doing is you're helping people to set their brand. And it is not easy. I mean, it is not like, like you just ask them what brand you want to set and you just go about setting the brand. Help us know how did this actually come in your mind that இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இனிஷியேட்டிவ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு.
ரைட். ஐ திங்க் ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரனர் வந்து அவங்க லைஃப்ல ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணி அந்த ப்ராப்ளம்க்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டு அந்த சொல்யூஷன் மற்றவங்களுக்கும் சொல்யூஷன் அமையும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாங்கனாலே ஐ திங்க் தட்ஸ் வேர் ஆண்டர்பிரனர்ஷிப் இஸ் பார்ன். பி இட் எனி நிஷ், பி இட் எனி பிஸ்னஸ், தட்ஸ் ஹவ் இட் இஸ் பார்ன். அதே கதை தான் எனக்கும். See, during COVID-19, until COVID-19, we were a digital marketing agency doing pretty well. But just like any other business, எங்க பிஸ்னஸ்க்கோ ரொம்ப பெரிய டர்ன் ஓவர் இல்லை டியூரிங் COVID-19. ஏன்னா எனக்கு இருந்த கிளைண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாருமே வந்து லோக்கல் கிளைண்ட்ஸ், எஸ்பெஷலி ஸ்மால் பிஸ்னஸஸ், லோக்கல் பிஸ்னஸஸ், ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்ஸ், சலூன்ஸ், அந்த பிஸ்னஸஸ் எல்லாமே டவுன். ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு அந்த டைம்ல மார்க்கெட்டிங் தேவைப்படல. தே வாண்டட் டு பாஸ் இட் அண்ட் எனக்கு இன்கமே பாஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஸோ அந்த டைம்ல தான் வந்து வி தாட் வி ஷுட் look at other areas of lead generation. Foreign businesses மற்ற கண்ட்ரீஸ்லேருந்து பிஸ்னஸஸ் வந்தது அப்படின்னா வில் பி ஏபிள் டு சஸ்டெயின் அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சது. பட் அதுக்கு ஆட் ஸ்பென்ஸ் பண்ணணும், அந்த டைம்ல ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றதுக்கு அவங்க கிட்ட பணம் இல்லை. ஸோ வி ஆர் லுக்கிங் அட் அதர் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ். அப்போதான் லிங்க்டின் பார்த்தோம். அது வரைக்கும் லிங்க்டின் வந்து நான் யூஸ் பண்ணதே இல்லை. நான் காலேஜ் டைம்ல பிளேஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ்க்காக நான் ஓப்பன் பண்ண அக்கௌண்ட், அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் யூஸ் பண்ணவே இல்லை. ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் ஐ ஸ்டார்டட் bringing out my LinkedIn profile, optimizing it. I started creating content consistently on LinkedIn. And with the core idea of generating leads. No, that was my idea. Consistent LinkedIn la irundha namakku leads nariya varum appdin therinjadu. So I started creating content on LinkedIn. 6 months later we solved our problem. We started getting sustainable amount of leads. I went from 130 followers to 10,000 followers in 6 months.
Oh my God.
And 130 followers to 23,000 followers in 14 months. So
I remember that post. Congratulations. I remember that
23,000
one. See, it's not easy to build a community. Sometimes they say, yeah, you can build a community, but the maintenance pandrathu or vela irukku. That is really that is where we have to be there. Roll up the sleeves, get onto the floor, and in the valley arundalum pananum soltu. And pandemic time, I definitely understand how many of them the regular business which got abruptly affected. And creating a lead or getting that funnel work, sales funnel work done, and then getting the clients or the customers, however you call them as, it's not an easy thing, but you did it. So neenga vandu romba or a few sentences la you just shared the journey, but I'm sure it wouldn't have been the case. I'll tell you where I'm coming from. The reason is that founder, the name, when you give founder next to your profile, it's like it means a lot. You know, it means a lot, because as a child, I'm sure every individual as a child, when they were reading about the scientist or someone who discovered something, they're like, நம்ம பேரும் வருமா இதுல அப்படின்ற ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன, you know, like they say சின்ன சின்ன ஆசைன்ற மாதிரி people have definitely would have thought about it. And in today's scenario, if you see, if you open any LinkedIn profile, or for that matter the social media profile pakrapo, that founder name, you know, next to their, I mean, founder as a designation, or what do you call it, as a brand next to the name means a lot, but it definitely takes a lot to become one, right? So would you like to share with us about being a founder, what it means, and what gets into it after you become one, that is actually required?
Right. I think the title founder, see, there's nothing about the title. I know a lot of people who have extraordinary leadership skills, but just don't have a founder title with them. So I think it's you know, I'm just fortunate to have this title with me, and I think it's a responsibility. You know, a founder is someone who thinks about their business growth and thinks about their employees' growth as well. So you know, when you are an employee, you just have to think about yourself and the company's growth, obviously, but more about you. But when you're a founder, you think about a lot of people. You think about a lot of people's growth, because the company's growth is not just the company's growth. It has around every employee's growth is tied in with the company's growth. So you have a lot of responsibility. You have a lot of responsibility to display, a lot of leadership skills to display, a lot of guts to display. So I think, you know, the term founder itself means example. We just have to be an example to others, so that others can hold on to us and grow in life. I think that's what founder is.
Very well said. Because நீங்க லாஸ்ட்ல என்ன சொன்னீங்கன்னா, becoming a founder வந்து it takes guts and responsibility. It's beyond that label, beyond that designation, or beyond that brand that you call it as. அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்களும் வளர்ந்துட்டு உங்க கூட, you said, you know, you'll have to take people along with you. That's exactly what you're looking for. We see this particular phenomenon, I mean, my observation, Sudharsanan, you know, especially when during this pandemic phase for the last 1.5 to 2 years, there's been a lot of people arising in this particular area. Right? And many of them took it up. They wanted to do, they took it up. But there has been the other side of it also. We can bullet the points like responsibility, you know, having the guts. Fear is going to be there always, but how to deal with it is something is also there. Right. And being responsible, I mean, it's just not your growth, right? It's an organization growth. And earlier, I remember when I used to work as an HR or recruitment in the organization, we used to talk about, you know, the leadership skills. But today, you know, whether you're applying interview for a person who's applying for an interview, whether at an executive level or at a C level,
Yeah.
the one requirement today is that he needs to have a founder mentality.
Yeah.
So that's so nice to see. But would you like to talk about the flip side? What are the things, because the social company which you started, it is not one night work, right? It's not an overnight success. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
So please take us through this journey. We would like to know about the social company.
Right. So when people see the fun side of being a founder, there's obviously another side to it. So being a founder is not fun. If someone wants to become an entrepreneur because it's good, because it looks good, don't become one, because it is not. There's a lot of work behind it. And I would like to take you through this journey so that you understand what it takes to own a company after a few years.
Definitely.
So I started as a freelancer.
Okay.
I am an engineer by qualification, but when I did my engineering, I knew that I wanted to become an entrepreneur, but I did not know what I was going to do. I did not want to go to a job. I was clear about it.
Okay.
So I wanted to become an entrepreneur, and it's not because I didn't do well in college. I did really well in college, but I did not want to go into a job because I come from a job family and I knew its limitations. Everybody in my family is a government employee, so I knew its limitations. It's not that you cannot make money. It's just that you cannot work for yourself. You just have to work for someone else. And I did not want that. And I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
But then my family did not want me to become an entrepreneur. They asked if I wanted to do something else. I said no. And they gave me 2 years time. And in that 2 years, I researched about everything online. And I started building my social media profiles accordingly. And I became a freelancer doing social media marketing. And at that point of time, I knew that I was really good at this. Maybe I should do this for the rest of my life.
Totally different from engineering, right?
Totally different from engineering. This does not have anything to do with engineering.
Yeah.
But one good thing about engineering is that it gave me a self-image that I can do things that I was not meant to do.
Okay.
So
can you say that again? I definitely want our viewers or audience to listen to that particular sentence, what you shared.
Right. So engineering gave me the guts and the self-image that I could do what I was not meant to do. Okay. So it was all new to me, but somehow, if you could do engineering, I think you could do anything. So
yeah, I remember that. I think you should. I don't know if you've already made a poster on that. If not, I invite you that please make a poster on that. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I started as a freelancer. And eventually I started getting a few more clients, which I couldn't handle alone. And then we started a company. Initially, I started as an Instagram specialist. That's when Instagram was booming in India.
Yes.
And I became an Instagram specialist somewhere around 2017, 2018 time.
Okay.
And we were doing pretty well until 2020, until, COVID hit.
Okay.
But then the story changed. But once the COVID hit, we had to change our strategy. And I solved my problem through LinkedIn. And then I thought, if I could solve my problem through LinkedIn, I was seeing a lot of people going through the same problems. They did not have a lead generating machine.
Can I ask you one thing?
Oh, yes.
How did you go back to LinkedIn?
Right. See, LinkedIn was one platform that I did not touch.
Okay.
I had built somewhere around 9,000 followers on Instagram, even before COVID.
Okay.
But then I did not think LinkedIn would change my life.
It has for me. Yeah.
One thing that I've been doing for a lot for a lot of years is that I consistently learn, especially from YouTube, because it's free. Yes. You don't have to spend money for it, and I get to learn from it. Yes. And one of those videos said that you could generate leads through LinkedIn, and that was the light bulb moment for me. And I thought, because when you run a business, you have to think creative things. Yeah. Because you cannot be non-creative and be a founder at the same time.
True.
So you have to be creative. So I think LinkedIn was what I had that light bulb moment, and I thought I should try this, and I started trying it. Yeah. I started on LinkedIn on April 1st of 2021. Okay. That was my first day on LinkedIn. Okay. First day of consistency, day one.
Financial year beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Financial year beginning.
Yes.
So I that is when I started with my consistency game on LinkedIn. Until then, I've been posting something. Anything that I post on Instagram, that would come on LinkedIn. I was playing that game, but my consistency game started on April 1st of 2021. Since then, I've been posting every single day.
I have been following for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm one of those followers who come and read, like, and comment.
Great.
Yes.
So that's been happening, and we solved our problem pretty quick with LinkedIn, and then we started solving for other founders who've been facing similar problems, and it's been working very well for them too.
Wonderful.
So once we started generating results, we've been getting a lot of leads through LinkedIn and through word of mouth, and now we've been we are growing. We are helping a lot of founders solve similar problems. So people come to us with 3 problems. The first problem is leads. They want to build LinkedIn into a lead generating machine, which is possible. What I've done for myself, we can do for others too. Absolutely. And the second kind of problem is founders, they want to tell their brand story. They can do it. No, usually founders are the best at what they do.
Yeah.
But they don't have the time to tell their story, especially on social media.
True.
So that's a space that
it happens
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. They're really busy building their business, and as a founder, I can relate myself, because as a founder, our job is to build our business. It's not to build our social media profiles.
Yeah.
So
you said it, because I'm just taking the liberty of adding over here in your flow of thought. I've seen many of them. I've heard from many of them. The name is there, the company name is there, or whatever. It could be a solopreneurship or whatever preneur you want to call it as. But the concentration is more on the building their profile. I mean, I understand you will have to create leads and other things, but you nailed it. Exactly. That's what is happening.
Yeah. Because social media is something that you concentrate on after you build your business, or after you cross a certain point at building your business. But you are not supposed to be writing on social media. You should have someone do it for you. And that's the space that we are filling. Yeah, delegate things that you are not, that does not make you money. Delegate things that does not make you money. So yeah.
Yes. So let me put it across to our listeners or to our viewers that delegate is just not the word. When you come across in your organization, when the manager says delegate this task, delegate that task, delegate in essence. When we are doing some work, right, it's very important that it is to park it aside if it doesn't serve you. It is to park it aside or give it to somebody else who can do the same thing, and you can go to the next level, and then they travel along with you. So very true. A delegate is something which is not happening now, Sudharshan, because this is a true story where some people, like they have this thought, if they share, if they delegate it to something, the content will get lost.
Yeah.
They will not get name. They will not get like, is the thought.
Right. Actually, I've been through this too, but I think we have more important things to do than this.
True.
Things that we delegate are actually, when we delegate things, and that is when we discover that someone else can do the same job better than us.
Very true. And we should accept that, right?
Yeah, of course. Actually, if we can't do something on a consistent basis, we should find an expert and delegate it.
Yeah.
It's not that we should delegate it to someone who can't do it. Delegate to someone who is better at it than us.
Yes. And then it motivates them also to stick with us. They feel
exactly
about it. And very true, as a founder, or let's also get in the entrepreneur name that we have, or ideapreneurs, the solopreneurs, whatever preneur that you have added next to your name. I think the very important fact is it is just not about your brand that you're creating, but as you mentioned, create your brand, nudge others to grow along with you. And then the responsibility part that you shared about. Yeah. How do you connect outcomes, Sudarshan?
Right. I think I'm outcome focused, but effort oriented.
Okay.
I believe a lot on effort.
I think I need to carry a diary and a pen next to me. so many, those quotes you have been filling it out. I'm glad I'm recording this session, and it would be available so that I can go back and just always revisit. I don't know if you're doing it consciously or it is like saved in your back of your mind and you're just releasing it out. Fabulous.
Right. So yeah. So I believe a lot in effort. when you are consistent in your effort and when you are honest in your effort, I think outcomes are a byproduct of your effort. They have to come.
Yeah,
So it's all in the effort. It's in the daily mundane activity that we do.
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I think about outcome. No, that's how I relate my effort to outcome. So
Consistency.
of course, no, mundane effort on a daily basis is what consistency is. Because I think people take consistency lightly.
Hmm.
See, I'm not the most brilliant entrepreneur out there. I'm not the most intelligent. I'm not the most charming. I'm not as educated as most entrepreneurs out there. I know a lot of Harvard grads. I know a lot of Stanford grads. I know IITians doing business. But no, I can bet that I am in the front row of consistency.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
I'm not always the smartest person in the room, but I'm almost always the most consistent in the room.
you're being so humble and so grounded in sharing what you would share. I mean, I do understand, those the names that we call or the premier institute tags. Yes, I mean, given a choice, you get a chance to study over there. Why not? We would go. But is that the only defining factor about you? No, not exactly. What you are is what you have
Exactly.
built yourself with, like you said, the creativity or the vision and other things. Okay, we've been talking a lot. So, Darshan, I don't know even if you have observed this trend. Many of them have been awfully talking about the purpose and the vision and the mission. And this is something very close to me because it's something like affirmations for me. Like as soon as I wake up, I need to have that purpose, right? Like if I'm getting up at 4 o'clock and I do this coaching and other things, there are people waiting for me and they are waiting because their need needs to be met and my need is to meet their need. So that's how I started relating with the purpose that I want. Then I started building about the vision and the mission. But do you see this trend happening a lot of late?
I think it's also good. This trend happening a lot is a good thing, right? People
True.
talking about finding their purpose is
Yes.
a good thing too. It's something that we have to applaud,
Yes.
but we have to make sure that it's in the right track. Because for
Absolutely.
purpose is not something that you just find.
Yeah.
It's something that you pursue, right? You find it and then you pursue it.
Yeah.
And people like a lot of things,
True.
but they think their interests and purposes are same. It's not the same.
It is not because
It is not.
it is not. It is not because interest varies situation to situation, the time and everything. However, we spoke about consistency focused.
Yeah.
Time is also taken for granted, right?
Yeah, of course. See, time time is a no perishable commodity. Once you use it or you don't, it's going to get lost.
True. True.
So no, and being conscious of time. No, we don't have to manage time. We just have to be conscious of time because we can't manage time.
True. Just
So
just like you can't manage the stress, right? Nobody wishes to manage
exactly,
the stress.
exactly. You can just be conscious of it.
True.
So
Time
being time
conscious.
conscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time
So
conscious. You said it.
because time's going to run, it's going to leave you.
Hmm.
You just have this moment with you, and all we can do is use this moment to the best.
I now I remember I connect with why in the school they made it always particular. Be conscious about the time, or else
Yes.
you'll have to stand on the bench. But the
Yeah.
stand on the bench was the only thing which stayed in my mind. I was like, okay, so got it. I think how we gamify when we are sharing things with others also means a
Yeah.
lot. Exactly.
Seriously, because making use of time. No,
Hmm.
I'll tell you a fun story. It's been
Sure.
almost a decade since I started this journey of entrepreneurship. I
Okay.
started as a freelancer in 2012,
Okay.
and it's 2022 now.
So
It's
that
it's
was
it's
way
all.
back in your 20s.
I was 20 years old, and now I'm 30.
You've hit
So
30
yeah,
now.
yeah, I'm exactly 30. I'm turning 31 in July. So yeah.
My advance wishes to
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. So it's been 10 years. And I think these 10 years have been the most, you know, uh, excruciating effort oriented 10 years in my life. But this has given me a lot of, learnings, and both theoretically and practically.
Hmm.
And I think this is what people take for granted. People take 10 years lightly, but 10 years can change your life. It can
Absolutely.
change your generation's life. I think that's what it is.
I know for the fact that you are doing that also because you have been organizing quite a few events or you've been part of quite a few events where you've been nudging and young entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so many, yeah. And it's so nice to see Sudarshan, you know, like 12-year-old, 13-year-old, or even less than that age. They call themselves entrepreneur, and this it is just not they call themselves. They're so responsible about what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
conscious about the time and whatever they're doing. Fabulous thing is that they are going to the school. They're also finishing their school needs, the parents' need, and they're also working on their needs. I mean,
Yeah.
it is fabulous. And would you like to share a brief about this? Because you have been closely working with quite a few people,
Yeah.
especially the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one of my beautiful experiences in the recent past, where I'm usually used to being the youngest entrepreneur in the room. Used to being, but not anymore. Because
Is
when I meet
it
these
because
people,
you hit 30?
yeah, not because I hit 30, because there are entrepreneurs in 12, 13 years olds.
Exactly. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
these young entrepreneurs are really making a difference. They're actually solving a problem. And I think more of these people should come out, because I think the children, every children is creative. Every child is creative.
True.
Children are by and large creative. They know what a problem is. They know how to solve it too, provided they get the freedom to do it.
Absolutely.
No,
What you
I
said
think
in the
it's not
last.
about the children alone. It's
Yeah.
about the parents too.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think we should appreciate their parents more than them.
Definitely, they definitely deserve a big round of an applause.
Seriously.
And see, Sudarshana, the thing is, like children, as you mentioned, they're born creative. They always look at things in a focused way. They are very focused about the end game.
Yes.
They finish this task and immediately they'll go to the next task.
Exactly.
No, but as a parent, we think, oh my God, you just finished that. Why don't you take some more time in doing this so that I can complete my work and come?
True.
ஏன்னா, and அவங்களுக்கு எப்படின்னா அவங்க எடுத்த வேலையை முடிச்சாரு
Correct.
அந்த குறிக்கோள் வந்து yes, this is what it is, and they're so beautifully they forget what happened and they move to the next one. And definitely, like a lot of stories they create if we can actually
Correct.
sit and observe. And one more thing is, we parents have grown quite a few times, like, see, now we are aware, like you or I, couple of the parents in this particular generation, we talk about being aware, because whether we wish or not, we are a culmination of the people we have grown with,
Exactly.
people we have worked with, or people we are in the society for that matter, right?
Exactly.
And when we see something a child doing, I mean, even if we do not encourage, can we give that time to observe?
Yeah.
Right? Because I, just to quote my daughter, actually, she sees me seeing quite a few of these young entrepreneurs. I see their videos and I read about them.
Right.
And now it's like these names are like a household name for her.
Yeah.
She loves baking a lot, and she
Wow.
asked me particularly, "Can you show me this? What did she bake today?" And it's
Excellent.
really encouraging and nice that you're working with them. It's very nice, and like anything we start, Sudarshan, it's so great. I'm enjoying this journey of, connecting with you, talking to you, and that coffee and the conversation. Yes, I don't have the Kaapi over here, but yes, I can. I would definitely say offer one virtually to you now. We don't wish to end, but then yes, we end it only to start yet another conversation. But
Yeah.
before ending, I wish to talk. I would want you to talk about success. What does it mean to you?
Success is only success is subjective, right? We don't have a specific point called success. I think when you are happy your entire life, success is just a part of that happiness journey. I think, see, having a purpose and having your life in line to your purpose itself is success, if you ask me.
Yes.
We don't have to, you don't need material things to show that you are successful. You don't need something materialistic, something in your hand to show that that you are successful.
At least not anymore.
Not anymore. Actually, even before it's not.
Yeah.
But people have to understand this. That's where this comes from. Because having a purpose and living a happy, fulfilling life itself is success. No, there has to be more conversations about this.
Yes.
More people should talk about this, because I know a lot of miserable people who are ultra rich.
Okay.
And I know a lot of young people with not with financial stability, but not successful in terms of financial terms, but they're extremely happy.
Yeah.
I think there has to be more conversations here. We don't have to create a successful world. We have to create a happy world. When people used to ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? I think this is the time when we say that, I have to be happy when I grow up.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the world has to get tuned. Because the more the world gets into this competition, the less happiness it will have.
Absolutely.
And we are already proving it right. So I think we need more happy people. We need people who have a purpose and chase that purpose. When someone is working towards their dream, they are usually at their happiest.
Yes.
And I think we should encourage that more.
Lovely, and I'm happy that you are also encouraging people in that particular space. And just finally, if I ask you 4 to 5 bullet points, for founder or entrepreneur, of somebody who are aspiring entrepreneurs, what is that you would like to see? These are the things you would need.
All right. So this is interesting. Okay. Always keep learning. That's number one. Associate with people who are growth oriented, because who we surround ourselves with makes a lot of difference. And I'm lucky in that way. I'm surrounded by people who are growing consistently, internally and externally. Right. And 3, it's be conscious about your money. Do not take blind risks. People talk about taking risks as if it's fancy. It's not fancy. I do not take risks outside. I do not take stupid risks. I take risks that are calculated.
Yeah, correct.
Do not be easy about money. Money is good, but it has to be handled properly. Sure. That's the 3rd thing. And 4th, I think it's all about the effort. It's work. There's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because when you find your purpose, I think you won't even feel like you are working, but still there's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
Every night you go to bed tired. That's one key point for growth.
Yes. Right? And you wake up with the idea, right?
Exactly. No, not with an idea, but with thought that you're going to work for something bigger than yourself.
Yes. I'm sorry, you're sharing the next point.
And 5th is consistency. Now, if you ask me, consistency alone will bring you other 4. Be consistent in whatever you're doing, because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you're going to be consistent in one area of life, you are training yourself, your brain, into being consistent in every area of life. So stay consistent. I think consistency alone will take you places.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Just to add a final note, because I don't want to take this beautiful bit of share that you have shared with my thoughts and words over here, but still, it's so important to know the what, the why, and the time and the energy and the money that you invest, and what's going to be the return on investment is something. If we are, if we do this, the purpose also will be served. So, Mika Nandri to join in this Kaapi and the Conversations, and to our listeners and to the viewers, we will be back with yet another guest. Yes, definitely I have some more guests. We've been talking and we're just fixing on the date so that we can catch up with each other and we can go, having the coffee and the conversations. Okay. Like there were 2 of them who wrote to me, said, Mira, can you say for a change coffee? Okay. I'm telling this Coffee and Conversations. Nandri, thank you, Sudharsanan.
Thank you so much, Mira. Thank you so much for the invite. Yes.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you.